Hey, you want it? I got it. Let's talk about it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to hit that bell and know that this is raw and uncut. Okay. Clash in Paris. It was not too bad. I mean, there was one surprise that, I don't think anybody saw it coming, but we'll talk about that later. You know, in the review. Um, because I think it was only done for shock value, and I'm not sure. Like I said, the PLEs before, they're not leading up to where they are outstanding anymore. I mean, there's a couple of matches in here that I kind of drifted off to and stuff. So we need some more. Triple H is ruining WWE. And I'm not going to blame it on TKO. It's Triple H. And the writers, they just have to start doing a better job, putting these matches together, telling the storylines and stuff like that, making things make sense. Because right now, in a lot of these PLEs, it's just things are just so out of sorts. And if you agree with me, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Let me know how you are feeling. So, okay, Clash in Paris. All right, now we have Bronson Reed, like I said, with Roman Reigns and stuff. The match was a pretty good match. I mean, it was halfway decent. You know, um, the commentators were saying, like Michael Cole was saying, well, actually promoting more or less on Bronson Reed. He's kind of not. They're trying to make him like a Superman. I know he's a big guy and everything and stuff like that, and he is going to give Roman Reigns some power. I mean, some problems and stuff. But Bronson Reed is, he's a big guy. But to put him over like that is to actually kind of might want to say that he is good enough to dog out Roman Reigns and to be put in a better position as far as matches on the card are concerned. Nah, I still think Bronson Reed is more of a mid carder. He's a jobber and everything. He's not doing anything. They're not pushing him for anything like that. I mean, he's having these matches only because of the fact of the vision of Seth Rollins and stuff. Other than that, where would Bronson Reed be? I mean, remember a few months ago, not even a year ago, that he tsunamied 6 times on Seth Rollins. And I'm still trying to figure that out. And I think everybody else has forgotten why Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman are together. They've never ever said why he did what he did as far as CM Punk and Roman Reigns. But anyway, this match was still, it was an okay match. It was a good match. Um, Bronson Reed took 80% of the match, but ultimately, in the end, Roman Reigns, wins the match and stuff with the spear. But anyway, after the match is over with, you know, um, here comes the Braun Breaker. He spears Roman Reigns. I mean, Roman Reigns was happy. He was on the belt. I mean, he was on the announcer table, and then Braun Breaker spears him through the announcer table. I mean, it was crazy and stuff. But after that, it was a beatdown. It was the beatdown. I mean, they beat Roman Reigns down, and it seems like that happens at every PLE, that Roman Reigns is in. The last one he was in, well, last two before that, when he got the beating, he was off for a couple of months and stuff. Now I know he took the beating in this one, and I mean he took it hard. I mean, it had to have been about 3 or 4 spears he took, about 3 or 4 tsunamis he took, and everything. And I give Jay Uso, props coming out trying to help him, even though Jay is involved in the main event. As far as for a championship and the Fatal 4 Way. And then he comes out to help his cousin. You can't blame him and stuff. And then Jay actually gets hurt trying to do it because he took a spare. Oh man, he took a real good one too. And and it was crazy. But anyway, it's the same old, same old. Roman gets up, and I mean, gets the win. Then here comes the Vision, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, just dogging, Roman Reigns out and stuff. So it was pretty much more predictable on this one and stuff. And it was crazy. But anyway, after that, and after this match in the backstage segment, you had Adam Pearce telling Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that they had to leave the building. Before the match with Seth Rollins, for the main event and stuff. He said that they would not be out there, and if they didn't leave the building, that they would be fined and suspended, indefinitely without pay. So hopefully they leave the building and nothing will come about in the Fatal 4A main event. Then we have the Street Profits fighting the White Six for the tag team championships. But it's crazy that they have the Street Profits coming out in the Borderlands gear. I mean, that's not their thing. They're more of a party kind of people and stuff like that. Party, tag team and everything. And I think that spot should have gone to the New Day. I mean, even though the New Day is not on this PLE and stuff, but it could have been, for the next PLE or whatever's going on, if they were trying to promote that video game, because we all know that the New Day is more into video games than the Street Profits. So it looked kind of weird to me and stuff like that, that they would have them come out and do that. But other than that, we're in the match. The match is okay. I mean, it was a little boring. There was a few things that it just drew. It was like drawn out and stuff. But for the most part, for the match itself, it was okay. The Y6 did win with a little help and stuff from what's her name? I can't think of her name, but holding Montez Ford's leg and stuff, and then he gets a Sister Abigail by Uncle Howdy, thrown back into the ring, and then, man, he gets dropped for the pin. And the Y6 wins. So they are champions still. And we'll see what happens next time, because I can't say if the Street Profits are ever going to have that shot again, because the way that Montel Ford and Daryl Dawkins were acting at the beginning of the match, they looked like they was about ready to go at it against each other. So, as I said before, I think the Street Profits are going to break up and go on their separate ways as far as being single wrestlers and stuff. And I would like to see that. See how Daryl Dawkins and Montez Ford, come out as far as performers. I think Montez Ford, he looks good. He's got the athleticism. I mean, they both do. And stuff, but I see Montez Ford, climbing the ladder a little bit more than Daryl Dawkins. But I'll say good luck to both of them if that tag team does split up. I mean, they're great. They had a great run. I mean, they were together like 7 years. So let's see what happens, after that. I mean, they sparked it and stuff, so they can't leave it alone. We got to know why there was tension and what it's going to be from there. And then we get the next batch with Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch. Now, this match, man, it was so boring. I went to sleep on it. So I'm kind of guessing at what happened. I mean, when I woke up, they were still in the ring, moving around. But there was this one spot that Nikki Bella tried to do off the top rope and missed Becky Lynch by a mile. I mean, it was just so many. It was just all bots. It wasn't really great. It was one of Becky Lynch's worst match and stuff like that. And I thought Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch would have had an awesome match, but it wasn't all that. It wasn't great at all. Who cares? I don't think anybody really cared and stuff. And Becky Lynch wins. And then you got a little backstage segment with Adam Pearce asking Jey Uso was he ready to go back into the ring after the after he went out and helped Roman Reigns earlier, in his match when he was attacked by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And Jey Uso assured Adam Pearce that he was ready to go. So, and they left it at that. Then you have Rusev and Sheamus in the Donnybrook match. Oh man, this match was a knockdown drag out. It was what I thought it was going to be. It was the second best match of the night to me. Um, I'm glad the match is over now, so that way we won't have to keep seeing Sheamus and Rusev going at each other forever and ever and ever, ever, ever in a day. But anyway, you know, so I mean, it was back and forth. They both used each other's spots, especially Rusev using, the 10 beats of the Balor, on Sheamus, and then Sheamus using the ukulele on Rusev, and then Rusev breaking the shillelagh over Sheamus's back, and then getting the accolade on him and making Sheamus tap out. Now, I haven't seen Sheamus tap out in quite a while and stuff. I think this might be his second or third time that he may have tapped out, if that may, and stuff. Because Sheamus is a tough guy, and man, yeah, he don't tap out a lot. But anyway, Rusev wins that match. It was meaningless. I think they could have put this match on SmackDown, and I mean not SmackDown. Could have been on a Raw match, and they could have had Stephanie Valkyrie fighting somebody else for that women's title that was vacated by Naomi because Naomi being pregnant. So with that, if you believe what I'm saying, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and let me know whether you agree or disagree. But anyway, after that, then we have Logan Paul and John Cena, which was the best match of the night. You say whatever you want to say about Logan Paul, but Logan Paul is the truth. He gave John Cena all John Cena can handle and stuff. I mean, John Cena is my favorite. I mean, he's my top three favorite wrestlers of all time. Um, and he put John Cena through the ring. I mean, when they did their last segment on SmackDown, John Cena said he was going to teach Logan Paul a lesson and beat some respect into Logan Paul and everything. But in this match tonight, it looked totally different. Logan Paul took it to John Cena, even though John Cena won the match. Logan Paul, he elevated himself. I just have to say he elevated himself with that. I mean, they were, man, they were reversing all kind of stuff. Logan Paul would hit John Cena with that right. John Cena would drop like a bag of bricks, get back up. John Cena would hit Logan Paul with the AA. Logan Paul would kick out. Then Logan Paul would do something else against John Cena. John Cena kick out. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it took quite a few of the false finishes and everything to get this match, but in the end, John Cena gives two attitude adjustments, to Logan Paul, and then puts him down for the 1, 2, 3, and John Cena wins. Then we had the backstage segment with Seth Rollins saying that he put the vision together. He really don't need them. He said like he can do it all by himself. He said if he can't go out there and win the title on his own, then there's no reason for him to be champion. And I think that's going to be a problem come tomorrow night on Raw, because I know Paul Heyman's got to have questions in his head now, even though Paul Heyman was taken to the hospital too, along with Roman Reigns and stuff. And I'm sure that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are going to probably also have something to say, because Seth Rollins basically threw him out, put him under the bus, said he didn't need him, you know. he said himself he could do it by himself. He can go out and do it. He doesn't need any help. So with that being said, You have the Jey Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins in the Fatal 4 Way for the heavyweight title. And this match it was a good match. I mean, the idea was, for them to actually jump on Seth Rollins. I guess it didn't start out that way. That Jey Uso was hopefully that was going to happen, because CM Punk he drops Jey Uso with a super kick and stuff, and then LA Knight drops CM Punk, and then LA Knight and then Seth go at it for a while. So it's a pretty mixed match. I mean, it was good for what for what it was. Um, and towards the end, you know, Seth Rollins, puts LA Knight through a table. Jey Uso was out on the other side of the ring, because of his ribs and stuff like that. He wasn't really involved a lot in the match and everything, but he was there on the other side while Seth got out. He was going to get a chair because he was telling CM Punk, to just stop, never come back. He told CM Punk that he hated him, he hated his family, didn't want to have nothing to do with him anymore. He told CM Punk just leave and stuff. So he goes out. Seth Rollins goes out, gets a chair. He stomps Jey Uso. Then he goes back and he stomps LA Knight. He puts the chair in the ring. He tries to put CM Punk head in between the chair and the seat to stomp it. But then CM Punk moves. Seth Rollins gets his leg stuck. Um, and then CM Punk grabs Seth Rollins. He puts him in go to sleep. Um, and then Seth Rollins bounces off the rope back onto CM Punk. CM Punk puts him to GTS again. He has him on his shoulder, and then as he's getting ready to GTS him and everything, somebody comes in a black suit, puts the fist between CM Punk's leg and stuff. CM Punk drops LA Knight. I mean, not LA Knight, but drops Seth Rollins. And then who is under the black suit? Becky Lynch. Wow. That was just crazy. Becky Lynch, really, for real. I don't know where they're going with this. Maybe we're going to see AJ Lee come back and have a match with Becky Lynch down the road. We'll just have to see how that works out. I think that's what they're trying to go with it. I'm hoping that it's not going to be, a mixed tag somehow. That's how it's going to be. Then maybe AJ challenges Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Women's title, and we'll just see how that goes, how that rolls, and stuff. But anyway, that's it for this Clash in Paris. It was okay. I give it a C. I give it a C ranking and, see how that works and how that goes. But anyway, thank you for watching. God bless. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. I thank you again. God bless. Deuces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.